got here?
I was in my closet office drinking coffee.
What kind of coffee do you drink?
I drink iced coffee in the afternoon.
What do you do in the morning?
In the morning, I drink hot coffee with vanilla creamer. I used to think iced coffee was terrible, but I love it now.
What made you want to become a teacher?
I didn't start out wanting to teach. Actually, I was pre-med in college. I wanted to be a doctor. And then those pre-med classes were a little challenging. So then I graduated with a public relations degree and minored in biology and worked in corporate America. So then I went to grad school to be a teacher, and I've never looked back.
How did you end up with environmental science?
So I left for a couple years when I had my third child, and when I came back, that was an AP class that was available, and they offered it to me, and I love it. It's really cool.
What kind of student were you in high school?
Ooh, I was like the goody-goody who sat up front, student council, cheerleader. That was me, yep.
What do you think makes your class fun?
Oh, look around, you guys. I think the decorations, I think the chairs.
I love the chairs.
Thank you. I think just having it be upbeat and positive. I have my words of wisdom motivational wall. I just think the more color, the more fun, the more energy you can bring.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive the coolest car ever. It's a minivan. I said I would never get a minivan, and then I had my third child, and we have two really big dogs. I have 3 kids. So, you know, it's the only place you can fit all the animals and all the kids, but I love my minivan. Gosh, what would I spend it on? I would give back to education. I would first give money to schools that didn't have enough to buy the supplies that they needed, and then I would probably do some type of charity after that. Yeah.
So, what is the most adventurous thing you've done in your life?
Oh my gosh. I'm not a very adventurous person, so this is probably going to be a lame answer. What have I done that's adventurous? You guys, I'm not a risk taker. I went to, when I was 18 years old, I don't know why my parents allowed me to do this, but our senior class, normally you go like beach week when you graduate high school. Yeah. We went to the Bahamas. 18 years old, no parents, so that's probably the most adventurous thing I've ever done.
That is amazing.
Why did my parents let me do it?
Yeah, no, my parents
but I
did
survived,
not.
you guys. I'm here today. Probably the most adventurous thing I did. Yep.
What is your New Year's resolution?
Gosh, I haven't come up with one yet. Isn't that terrible?
I don't think
I don't have one either.
My philosophy is you get the whole month of January. So it's too much pressure like day one, and it's been a crazy month. We all know that. So we need a little bit of time to think. So I'll get back to you on that one.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Oh, I love Taylor Swift. She's my favorite.
Miss Powell loves Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift.
What was the last show you binge watched?
Oh, okay. So actually yesterday when we had our 2-hour early release, my oldest son came home from school and somebody was talking about, what is the name of it? It's like the Top Chef Junior competition, so it's little kids.
Yeah.
So we sat down as a family and binge watched the whole first season last night, and then this morning, since we had the 2-hour delay, I was super into it.
God.
It's 8 to 13-year-olds. It's actually, I highly recommend it. We watched season 1. I think there's like 9 seasons, but it was really
I'll check
good,
it out.
guys. It was really good.
What are you most proud of?
My children.
Aww.
So proud of my children, yes. I have 3 of them, a 9-year-old named Charlie, 7-year-old named Liam, and my daughter Rory, who's 4.
How did teaching environmental science change your outlook on how you do things?
So it actually taught me a lot, because prior to learning the curriculum, this was I think I started teaching 3 years ago. It's my first time teaching AP Environmental. So the first year was teaching myself the curriculum, and I learned so much that I didn't already know. So it's really affected my everyday life. You know, we set our ecological footprint goals every single year, and one of them for me last year was to decrease how many paper towels I use, and it's been really eye-opening, and I've been able to make that change with just little things. And I think teaching everyone that you can't, these big changes are wonderful, but it's really the little changes that make the biggest impact, and they're also the most realistic that we can actually keep doing every single day. So it's taught me a lot, actually.
What is something you accomplished last year?
Surviving the pandemic. Oh gosh, you guys. Honestly, it's an accomplishment in this pandemic just to make it each day. It's hard sometimes, you know? So I think just the accomplishment of getting through virtual learning, because I know that was challenging for students, it was challenging for teachers, but just being there for my students and staying that positive influence, and greeting my first period every single day, and just getting through all of that together. I think that was a huge accomplishment for everybody that was in school last year.
What is your favorite time of the school day?
gosh, I'm a morning person, so I do love first thing, like having my first period come in and just having them to talk to. Like I always love having a first period.
Where do you get your coffee?
Okay, all right, so usually I make it at home. We have a Keurig. But if I'm going to Starbucks, I actually don't get coffee, I get iced tea. I know that's shocking, but I just love their unsweet black iced tea, which most people think tastes terrible, but I love it. It's like really bitter. Did you get that too? My mom got me hooked on that too.
How many pets?
Yes, we have 2 dogs, 2 labs. We have a chocolate lab, Gus, who's like 100 pounds. He's massive, you guys. He's a big boy, hence the minivan. And then we have, we can't call her a quarantine dog because we got her 3 days before COVID hit the United States 2 years ago. So we had no idea the pandemic was coming when we got her. She's called a fox red lab, but she's like a yellow lab breed, but she's orange colored. Her name's Annie.
Do you think like having pets is important for kids?
I do. There's actually studies that show kids are less likely to have allergies if they have a pet in the home. It's very interesting.
Really?
And dogs specifically, and I'm sure this applies to cats too, but dogs are my world. Dogs are a mood booster. They help with depression. There's like a lot of mental health reasons that pets actually can give you a boost. Yeah.
Was school a good atmosphere for you when you were in high school?
Yes. I loved school. I loved middle school. I loved elementary school. I loved high school. I was very lucky. I always had a really positive school experience, and I think that was just part of who I surrounded myself with, the teachers that I had, the support I had at home. And I know not everybody is lucky enough to have that support, so I was very lucky.
Do you think it's important for you to like provide that for people since like
Yeah, I think that's a lot of why I put so much time and effort into my classroom, especially for my kids who don't have that positive influence at home or in sports or whatever they're doing, just to give them just a safe, happy place.
well, that is all 22.
Yay! I did 22!
22.
What an accomplishment! There's my accomplishment.
That's